Today, I'm going to be discussing a type of an approach with which to create reliability in your predictions on what goes on in the markets. Obviously, there are the major contributors, which is the trend. What's the trend? And we know that we're in a trend of a digital renaissance. So when we look at the trend, our objective is to then look for an entry. How do we tell whether or not it's time to execute? Put our money into the market and experience the benefit of this trend that I'm expecting to occur. You know, that trend should be something 2 to 5 years out when it comes to trading in the markets. You don't want to go too soon before the trend. Otherwise, that money doesn't really do much. It does more so what occurred with cryptos over the last year and a half to 2 years, where we got in and then the prices depleted and went down. We would have been better off taking that money and putting it into gold and silver, and then now going into cryptos. So be mindful. We want to optimize the timing of our entry into any market. So right now, we're bringing up the ADA chart because I find it to be a good middle of the road idea, a barometer as you might reference the climate of the cryptocurrency markets. The time to get in was, of course, early on, but you don't know that early on because early on the chart doesn't have any historical data. So you can't really make a choice based on what you see in the numbers, the graphical representation of that data. So what we need to do is we need to take combinations of the market data, the price action itself. There's the highs of the days, the lows of the days, all of those, the openings of the days and the closures of the days. There's volume in what occurs throughout the day, because that could change from day to day. As such, all of that data can be plotted, and we can start to look for correlative data to see what the timing is and where are things good, where are things ready to go, where would it be optimal for me to begin placing money, making executable trades. The first metric that you want to take is a moving average. Now I'm going to take out this indicator here because I'm going to add an indicator that I built in 2019. Going into 2020, I worked on this. And this is let's just see, where is the line here? We need to get it to show. Where is it? Bar. Candle. Mode. That's right. Zlemma. Where is the line? Let's go style, maybe. Where is it? The color's not coming up. Reset settings. Inputs. Oh, that's what's going on. Shoot, now I've got all the settings all messed up. Ugh. Okay, let's hide all the background stuff and let's just get down to the lines. There we go. Okay. So now what has occurred is that I have recolored these bars to indicate whether or not they are in or out of a specific zone. As we see right here, the bars that are closing above the moving average are one color. the bars that are closing below that moving average are a different color. And we can tell whether or not something is trending based on how heavy is the color. Is it more red in a specific area? Then we can see that that is more bearish. When it's more blue, there's a little section here that has a lot more blue in it. That tells us that we've got the markets going up because the day's trading is closing. That's the parameters. The day's trading is closing above that moving average. Now, our objective when determining a trend is to optimize the number of times that the colors change. Because if it's really erratic, it can be difficult to make financial decisions because, is this real? Is it blue? It's blue, but is it going to go up? And of course, it doesn't. It goes down. So how do we optimize it so that we see less of these erratic movements? How do we get these charts to be more consistently one color when they are in a trend? So what we do is that we change the parameters of that line. Right now, that line is taking an average, a moving average, of the past 14 bars. I'm going to increase it now. And when I do that, you're going to notice how the colors change and they will be less erratic. They will have more uniform trends indicated. So I'm going to go ahead. There's 14. I'm going to increase it to 28. I'm going to double it. So now instead of 2 weeks of average, I'm going now to 4 weeks average. And did it work? Oh, the multiplier is at a fraction there. Oh, no, that's the cloud length. Sorry, folks. This one here. This parameter here is where the average is. It's now at 10. I'm going to go ahead. I want it to be at 28. So I'm going to go from 10, which gives us this line now, to 28. Here it goes. You saw that line shift, and what occurred was that a lot of these points here, they didn't turn blue. They now stay red. So that means that we are going to get more clean of a signal. Now, this is the combination of data that we are using to make a decision. That is the premise of finding an optimal time, is you want to look at the chart and see what would have happened in the past. How did it occur in the past? And by taking this information, we can get a better idea of what's going to happen in the future. We look for patterns. Now, one pattern that I notice when I'm looking at this chart is that here, there was a little bit of red where it turned red, but it wasn't trending red. Now, I like the fact that it stayed blue for that time. That was a nice trading opportunity. But I would have liked to have seen it stay blue so that I remember that I'm still in a bullish trend. So in order to make the adjustments, I need to change what that parameter is doing. So what I do is that instead of going, I like the 4 weeks. This is a 4-week average. That's a great moving average. But I want to just clean this up. So I'm going to add a second moving average. What that does is that it creates a custom signal where I need it to be below or above. I need it to cross that average, but also cross another average. This second average, we just simply adjust it, and as it adjusts, you can watch the line shift, and as it shifts, you'll notice when the red turns eventually, it turns blue. So now we have a more accurate indication of buying positions. because it stays blue throughout that entire movement, that A, B, C, D. Now, when you have that, what happens here? It turns red. I'm okay with this red. Why? Because that actually showed an indication of more red, because we didn't get enough of a movement to stay blue and rise above. So in technical analysis, this is like your warning shot. So that warning shot tells me, okay, I'm not going to keep on buying for a bit. I want to see when we dip down, I want to see that we stay blue. And so then the next time it turns red, it went lower. Oh, that means we could be going down for a bit. And so when it comes back up, we can see it doesn't go high enough to turn blue again. Just the one bar. And that's okay, because the high had already been formed. So that blue doesn't really affect us too much. It's not going to change our decision. This red, because we're coming back into that moving average, it stayed red all the way up. This lets us know it's time to sell. So from that position there, we've got the confirmation that a sell position would work. And of course, that was the day that it occurred. But this is how you would take the parameters of your moving averages to determine where is a good entry. And we've got Maureen made it. Hi. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because in our ongoing market analyses, Ian has shown a particular interest in programming an algorithm that can simply let us know when is it time to go and make a sale, when is it time to go and make a buy. And doesn't matter what time frame it is that people feel comfortable trading. If they want to make a one trade every 3 months, there will be an algorithm for them to follow, to subscribe to. If they wanted to trade on the 5-minute chart, which is taking 7 to 20 trades a day, there will be an algorithm for that. And in order for us to accomplish that and have that be a resource available for next-gen merchants, Ian and I are going to go ahead, kind of dust off the old archives here, and we'll together collaborate on building an algorithm. And so this is how we're approaching it. We're approaching this algorithmic machine to follow the rules that we backtest as successful opportunities. And we can do it, like I said, we can do it on the long-term chart. This one here is a long-term daily
Is that
chart.
an AI thing, Paul? Is that an
not even.
It won't. It's going to be manually. You're going to do that, or is that AI? You're going to enter the data.
We'll be creating it, not using. We won't be using LLMs in the creation of the algorithm. We will simply be using LLMs to make a graphical representation for us.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so that we can see, we can visualize the data.
Oh, that's exciting to do. That would be.
Yeah.
You guys will be untouchable if that happens. No.
It would be a very powerful system. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like Cardano's doing too well today.
Oh, I know. It seems to have taken another little bit. Well, it very well may take another dive. Let's go to the 4-hour chart, see a little bit more detail. So don't worry about the colors. They're not really meaning much now. In fact, I'll hide it. There we go. So we have been creating lower lows, and this was a pretty deep low. And so we may see, I'm thinking we're going to see some consolidation for a while. And that's only because if we look at the daily chart, the area that we're at right now is a fairly strong, it's a fairly strong pivot point. And so this consolidation may end up bouncing around and, touching the yellow line, but that over the next little while, I think we're going to see the price narrow out. Just because we've been seeing some more volatility over the last couple of weeks. And when we see this rate of price change this fast, we normally see a kind of an after effect of an equalization. So today a little bit weaker. The last week, ADA was rising, but today it's a little bit weaker. It is right now sitting on top of support number 2. So we'll see how it performs over the weekend. Sundays are typically more of a day of injection. What happens is that a lot of people who are depressed about life, they recognize that Monday is right around the corner and they got to go back to work, and they like to play the lottery. And so they've been noticing that throughout the week there's more volume in cryptos, and they're being marketed at extreme levels on YouTube, on Facebook, all kinds of ads to join up with Kraken and Gemini, and all of the different exchanges are competing for business right now, big time. And when I got started in 2017, those ads were banned. Now they're everywhere. So when people are in that state on Sunday nights as they're sitting there dreading having to go to work, they throw in the last of their paycheck for the week. They throw it into cryptos, and we see a jump of volume. Now, what does
Let
that
me.
mean?
My feet are freezing. I'm going to have to do what Audrey's doing and go to my laptop. I'll
Okay, all
close
right.
it up. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. From a technical analysis perspective, I talked about this last week lots. That triple bottom creates an extension in the Wyckoff theory. I still think we'll be coming back to retest this before we continue to go down. This is a major pivot point here. There's a lot of positions that are reliant on this. And as we go down, there will be increased demand to profit back at this level. And this is a very sudden drop, which always creates a lot of buying opportunities for large wallets. So in conjunction with us being down here, kind of rising up for a week, going into a Sunday, that can give us that extra bit of volume and bring us up to here again. Again, that might even take a couple of weeks, but that the crucial thing is that when we see a large drop like this in this level, this speed of this rate of change, they call it. This is a high rate of change. There's typically a nice rebound coming back to, especially such a strong mark.
But when after it rebounds, do you see it going down again, or is that not part of
When
the pattern?
when the time comes, that's a really good question. When the time comes and it's back up here again, this is why I keep going back to that Bitcoin dominance chart. If the dominance is continuing its trend to go down, like even the last few days, it's been bumping up against this resistance line. But the trend, the previous low is a lot more down. And so the Bitcoin dominance is what we're going to be checking when that ADA price comes back up to retest this line.
Mm.
If the Bitcoin dominance is still dropping, then that tells us that the money is going into
The alts.
the altcoins. We're not just riding Bitcoin's wave, because that's typically something that happens. Bitcoin does something, and then all the altcoins go hooray for a week or two.
Yeah.
But if the altcoins are going yay when they reach here, I don't think we'll be going down. I think we will complete the Wyckoff theory and experience the reversal where we start heading up again. So we don't know until we see the price actually come up to that level. We will know the strength of the altcoins and whether or not it has what it takes to get up above that line. Great question. Does that help?
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right. let's move on to silver. Bing, 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 bing. I feel like, you're at the slots sometimes and it's like, ooh, it's bumping up against that high. And sure enough, it was actually yesterday where it broke through the all-time high at about 4 o'clock in the, actually that was on the 4-hour chart. That was 4 o'clock this morning. It did this. I'm on the 4-hour chart, not the daily chart. So at 4 o'clock this morning, price blew up over top of that all-time high. So now we have a full day so far of nice, great strength. 2 full days of great strength. It has been bouncing off of this retracement where we went into that consolidation zone that we saw. Found that as support easily enough. And in the last 7 days, silver has gone up 16%.
Wow.
That's 1 week. 16% in 1 week. Silver, thank you very much. Didn't I say something about silver and how it was going to grow at a faster rate than gold in the long run?
Yes. Yes, you did. Paul,
Okay.
how do you make
Yeah.
the screen brighter?
Oh, on your laptop? I think that's going to be up to the where the
I got
escape
that.
key is.
Keyboard's brightness. Oh, that's the keyboard. I'm sorry.
No problem.
It's on a setting. I'm so sorry to interrupt this, but we can't see it.
To increase it, it usually is above number 2 and 3. It's the
2 and
F2
3. Oh, thank you. Oh my
Most
God,
welcome.
what a difference.
No
Did
problem.
you hear that,
All
Ron?
right.
The F2 button.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go.
Let's look at gold. So silver went up. Silver went up at a rate very fast. In gold, it did not go up nearly as fast. It went up for the 7 days. It's been going up since that low 7 days ago, just like silver. But the growth is only 4.74. So only 1/3 the rate of growth that we saw in silver. And it's because silver's going to catch up. It's going to catch up to its ratio that it should be, which is about 1/10. It fluctuates many times. We see overall it's supposed to fluctuate between 8 and 12. But likely 1/10 is an average. Oh, I couldn't quite hear you back there. I heard your voice, but I didn't hear the words.
Oh, what are the prices? Spot prices?
Silver today 56.40,
56.40.
and gold is at 42.17 right now.
42.17. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's crazy? I keep on going back to this every time I talk about the prices today. I talk about how I was an idiot back in the day. I'm going to go to the weekly chart because remember, I was the idiot who thought that the Great Reset was here next year, and I bought gold at the all-time highs of 2012. That's when I bought at the high, and I felt like I was depressed throughout this whole time because I thought I made a bad financial choice because I went down so far. Did I buy at a bad time, folks?
Nope.
Did I buy at a bad time? Nah, because it was at 1670. I remember the first ounce I bought was $1,800.
Mm-hmm.
$1,800, and I was depressed about that for 2 years.
Oh, to be able to get it for $1,800 now.
You know, that ounce today, those are the first ones. I did dollar cost average. The more depressed I got, the harder I dug my heels in. Don't worry. But that
Sorry.
that was an awkward laugh now. You know, that would have been okay. That's hilarious. That was great. So 151, it's 151%. That ounce of gold. So even today I look at what's happening and I know what this is. This is all manipulation. This is going to get depegged from the US dollar. So who knows what price this will end up being, because it'll be solely based on whatever the inflation rate of the US dollar is. Period. Gold is going to be renegotiated by the nations that were wise enough to buy it for the last 20 years. And they will be renegotiating their energy contracts with each other. So who knows what this is going to be. But we already see evidence that silver is going to catch up. Silver is going to catch up. Instead of back earlier this year, silver was 1% the price of gold. Now it's almost 2%. That is more, to me, I see that as a far more significant indicator of where we're at in this time frame than the price of gold or the price of silver. They're incredible. Great. I'm more impressed by that. How many ounces of silver does it take to get an ounce of gold? That, to me, is a clear indication of where we're at. Questions? Comments? That's really all I wanted to share today. Oh, hang on. There we go. What are your thoughts, Audrey Lynn? Other than it's hilarious that I revealed much about myself.
That you dig in your heels on a.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What do you know? I was stubborn.
I could never have imagined that.
Right. No, of course not.
Yeah,
Maureen, I can see you're talking. I think you must be talking to Ron, or you're muted in your.
I'm talking to you guys, but I don't know you in that way. It's Friday's birthday today. So I want to make sure I get this out for the morning walker. It's his, so we're getting little birthday presents out.
Can you show again? Show again.
It's like
okay.
Little, and then, well, I'll show you. We're getting it ready to put it out. So here's his birthday stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his 1-year-old birthday and his little hat. We're going to wear little hats.
That's great.
Yeah, we're going to do that right now. And we did that solidarity, that sovereignty thing. I just love it so much. Neighbors came over and we did that this morning. Taylor, you know Taylor. So
yeah.
Her boyfriend came over and we did that this morning. And
oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna be going over that with Next Gen Merchants next Wednesday.
Oh, you are? Okay. It's totally in line with what we're doing with Oracle Girls. So
yeah.
We also mentioned it on our call, on our morning call.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. And so we're doing the chakra clearing and then that. And then just see how the day falls out from there. So, we heard something. Audrey Lynn, you may be interested in this. Is it okay if we could stop the recording? It's not.
No, go ahead.
All right. It's about copper. We heard this guy, Morley Robbins is his name, and he's done some incredible research. And he was on Jesse, God, I don't know his last name. Yeah, anyway, he was on a podcast. This guy's good. I like the guests that he has. Anyway, so he talked about copper and how copper is essential for almost every metabolic formula exchange. And Ron, I can't think when you tell me things. So what happens is that there's let me change channels to that. It's oxidative stress is like one of the biggest causes of disease. It's like in the Merck manual, it's the first cause, oxidative stress also. So what this is involved is in energy production, and it reduces oxidative stress, and it actually is important in almost every chemical exchange to, I don't know the word now. exchange to make water, out of oxygen, is copper's involved. And when we have too much iron actually in our bodies. You guys are a little young, but when you get older, you start sequestering iron in your cells, so that the blood levels don't show the accurate formula for iron, the percentage of iron that you have in your blood. So it's just so interesting. So we want to get his book, and it's just a new kind of like looking at copper. And I know I've been taking copper as a supplement. My sleep apnea person said that to do that. You've got copper. You've got copper cups. Yeah. And use copper, of course, instead of and it's like potassium and
Magnesium, sodium,
magnesium, sodium. Yes.
copper, zinc.
No, it's copper, iron.
I've also heard that zinc is also very important for copper metabolism.
Zinc, well, he's saying to be careful, and he has incredible research. It would be important to watch that. Maybe I'll send it to Paul, and you can look at it.
If you have my email, if you'd be willing to send that to me, then I would like to have.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
So we have a Berkey water system, and there are coils of copper in the reservoir. So it's passively, we're getting copper on the passive.
And that's the way to do it, of course, because you don't need much copper, but we have so much iron. And he's saying one of the ways to do that is, women bleed, but we can give blood. Mm-hmm. And to keep it balanced with that, because the sequestering of iron actually inhibits copper, and copper is necessary for everything. So he's written the book for Cure for Fatigue. Mm-hmm. And the cure for fatigue is the copper being replenished in the sense that it's not being deactivated by iron. Mm-hmm. And iron, and people are taking iron. So, and we use cast iron pans for cooking. So I thought, okay, all right, now what am I'm not going to do that for a while. We have some copper. But remember, they used copper for everything. Remember copper tea kettles? That's what I was thinking. Oh, maybe I could go back to that and use copper in that way and have it, like you said, denatured or in the garden, they use copper. That's a huge thing for bringing the atmosphere down into the soil.
Copper sulfates and all those paramagnetics are super cool.
And it's like really neat to do that. So that might be something to do and of course, the vortex in water for the fourth phase, but maybe there's some way that there's a way when you just have sitting water that you could put a copper penny in it. Remember what they used to do that? I'm thinking all the copper pennies. I have a lot of copper for
that would be a great idea, eh? Just put copper pennies in your water bottle.
Yeah, if you can find any pennies anymore. Are they still in circulation?
Well, not in Canada, they've not put them in circulation, but we have. I think there's a bunch. I've seen a bin somewhere.
So we could just do that. That would be a good way to just get that normal copper, and it's so inexpensive, and you need so little of it. But also, what's the main sources of copper? We were just looking it up.
Well,
liver, which is
organ meats in general,
because we're eating the wrong part of the animal. We should be eating the organ meat and not the muscle. And bread. What the one thing Ron and I are going to do now, what we've been wanting to do for a while, is to mill our own wheat for bread. Mm-hmm. And that has a lot of copper in it. So I'll send you that YouTube. It was Ron and I both were watching it last night. When normally we like to watch entertaining things, but we just started watching it for a few minutes, and there was just something that was like, you need to be here. That you pay attention to that kind of like thing. And so there we are. There's my heart. I'm going to put it back under my shirt here. Put it back in my body. Anyway, so that's good. And how's the? Let me just ask this. That's fun to talk to you about that, Audrey Lynn. So, but, maybe you could start to be the cutting edge in your little farmer's market. I'm sure you are anyway, but that's a little, maybe a little something where you could have
Yeah,
something written for people that they'd start to look at you as an expert, or as like a blog for, the new thing. Anyway, blah, blah. I was wondering,
telling me about that for a little while here that I should write, but I just can't seem to squeeze it in between chicken
well,
chips.
you know what? When it's the right time, you won't be able to stop yourself.
Very true.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very true.
Isn't that the way life has happened?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering about midnight and just want a little update on that.
Oh yeah. Well, they're going to be on the market, so we'll be able to buy the coins at our exchanges probably by the middle of December.
Okay, so Christmas time.
The 7th is their first release where they are launching. I don't know which exchange it is, but they're launching on the 7th of December.
Well, should we be there on what day is that? That's a Monday, isn't it? 7th? What is
I
it?
think so. Let me go and look.
Wednesday is the 3rd.
Wednesday, he said, is the 3rd. So 3rd, 4th.
Okay, so the 6th is a Saturday.
6th. So the 7th.
Oh,
So their
nope.
day they're launching is a Sunday.
The 7th is the Sunday. Yes. Yeah, the 7th is the Sunday.
That's a weird day to launch, isn't it?
Well, it's crypto. They don't have an aftermarket on crypto.
So would it be important to be there on its birthday?
I'm gonna probably do something for that day. I was thinking after I get back from the mountains that I would go online and just talk about it openly, with whether someone shows up or not, kind of thing.
In classroom or in classroom?
Here in the mastermind, yeah.
Is this the mastermind or is this
Both, yeah, classroom or mastermind. It's
okay,
both, yeah.
It's both. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe what time Sunday do you think?
It'll probably be like 5 or 6. I'll know more the week before.
Okay, all right. Well, isn't this the week before?
We are at the weekend before. Yeah, we are at the weekend.
And you're wearing glasses, yellow glasses. You're blocking blue light. All right. When you have a lot of sunlight, this is what my sleep apnea guy said. See how much sunlight and atmosphere we have in the room and open windows?
Yeah, it looks great.
He said, don't wear blue blockers because you get the natural light. You get the natural. But when you're on the screen and you don't have that natural light, then wear blue blockers with the screen. Yeah, so good.
During the day, Audrey Lynn, I think you were telling me that you can get red glasses, like red tinge, and that's good for even during the day because it helps with sleeping at night.
It's the green. It's blocked, yes, because you want the clear signal. You don't want all of that. You want the balanced signal during the day, but at night, then if the artificial lights, if you're in a place where there's artificial light, you have the blue. So we have a lot of orange and yellow. Orange is more like, or at least the blue blockers. Anyway, you'll find it. There's so much information, Paul.
We live under candles a lot at night.
Do you?
Yeah.
We have a fireplace that we use. That's
sure. Up the ante.
You have that too, don't you?
There's a fireplace in here, but thought the landlord would not have the same sense of ha-ha.
No.
Oh. So, but we do watch TV at night. We'll watch. But I wear my glasses. The minute the sun goes down, I put my glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like I said, it's here. See, that's our friend's daughter did that, and it's Saddleback in the background. It's our mountain.
Oh yeah.
Oak Grove. Yeah, she did it. She's a mosaic of that.
Yeah.
And it's our little treasured artwork. Anyway, so I'm going to go out and do it's Friday's birthday. So you can say it silently in your minds if you like. Birthday Friday!
Yay! And it's Friday too. It's Friday's
Friday.
Friday's birthday's on Friday.
Yeah,
it's the best way.
Yeah, they named him for the day he was born. And then our daughter-in-law, she's from Libya. They do, that's a
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
No, Liberia.
Liberia, and they do that. That's a custom. You have two names when you're born in Liberia. You have your given name and then the day you were born.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
Miss Maureen,
very.
um,
Coffee. Coffee.
do they commemorate the birth with the birth story?
I don't know.
Because that's
Oh.
what I do with my children. Is that the day before they're born, their born day, well, when I could be in contact with them because they're a little far away right now, we'd cuddle up and I tell them the story
Oh,
of all the events for basically the year before they were born.
oh, I kind of do that because it feels like that's the frequency of what they were born into. You know, the
Hmm.
time space coordinate. Yes, I like that.
It's lots of
And you
fun.
made it a tradition. Yeah, yeah, that is nice. That's very nice. Very nice. Oh, coffee is the name. That's why we can remember it because Friday in Liberian is coffee. So
Oh,
his name is Coffee too, but we stopped calling him that. We just call him Coffee. Anyway, you guys have a great day today.
yeah, you too.
Thank you. I can feel the frequency of joy. So I just want you to know that. That's very nice, especially after yesterday. Family. What are all, oh my God. And the dreams we had last night. I won't even go into that. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.